Afternoon all. Well, I say all, nobody watching. Two, four. Okay, we're getting there. How you doing, Boris? Coffee? It's pretty cold. I'm not putting the heating on because as crazy as this sounds, and I'm not exaggerating, the new charges have kicked in, and it's going down like you can see the meter literally going down like that, and it's just almost getting to the stage when we can't afford to put the heating on. And out here, I'm using an electric fan heater, and that just eats up the electricity. It's ridiculous. Got the Escorti today. It's a beautiful pipe. This is a Christmas 1992, is it? 97. Nice silver ferrule, unusual, with a little bit of hammering there, or whatever you call that stuff, detail. In it today, I've got a mixture of Orlik golden sliced and Aaron Morphilic, as I had the other day. I haven't smoked this pipe in yonks. It's a really interesting pipe. It's got a typical sort of Ciroc style rustication, but a smooth band which kind of runs all the way around the pipe. Really cool looking pipe. Nice sort of a purple stain. Yeah, Britt, how you doing? And I've done most of the bowl already. So this pipe is ready, well underway. Not a commission. I'm pretty much up to date now with my commissions. I really banged them out in the last month, and I cleared my boards. So I've got a couple of commissions, but they're not going to happen until sort of maybe a week or two's time, 3 weeks time maybe. Customer asked me to hold off for a little bit. So at the moment I'm not doing commissions. It is an interesting pipe. I've often almost put it up for sale in one of my sales that I do every so often, but I've always pulled back. I almost put it up again the other day when I put those Stanwells on, but I pulled back. I don't have a sentimental attachment to it. It's just that I like the pipe. I don't have. I was talking about this on. When was it? Was it on a Zoom or was it on one of mine? Oh yeah, it was on the Pipe Club of London Zoom session last week. And in that discussion, I was talking to people who literally have hundreds, if not thousands, of pipes. Certainly, Bernard, the president of the Pipe Club of London, he's got over 4,000 pipes. And then John Green, who's the treasurer or secretary, whatever the role is called, he's basically the main guy. It's between him and Bernard. But he's got also, I'm not sure what number he said, maybe 800, something like that. And he says, every so often he considers putting his pipes on eBay, and he never can. He can't let go of a single one of his pipes. And some guys were saying, yeah, I mean, their pipes have all got a special meaning. They've each, each one is associated with an event in their life. And I was thinking to myself, I don't know if that's the case with Bernard, because he's got over 4,000 pipes. He must have a very eventful life he must be leading if he's got 4,000 events that he's associated his pipes with. But I'm different. I haven't, because I've kind of concentrated all of my pipe journey and the quite a big selection of pipes that I've had in a relatively short space of time. These other guys that I'm talking to on that Zoom, they've been at it for 20, 30 years, maybe longer. And I've been at it for 6.5 years. In that time, I've had a good few hundred pipes pass through my hands, but I don't keep them. So I'll only get more in once I've disposed of a few, whilst I sort of refine my collection to the pipes that I'm smoking on a regular basis. Whether it's because my taste in shapes changes, or whether you just slowly but surely whittle down to the pipes that you actually smoke on a regular basis. It's not to say that I wouldn't smoke the others, but every so often, perhaps I need funds for something in particular which I don't have enough money for, and I'll decide to get rid of a few pipes. So I don't really have a sentimental association, other than the fact that I enjoy smoking the pipes, which I guess is the core reason to enjoy a pipe. But if I was to talk about a core rotation of pipes that I smoke on a really regular basis, I'm not talking about more than about 15 or 20 pipes. At the moment, I've probably got, when I was really sort of in it, I was pad like crazy. But now, as I say, I'm besides for the maybe 15 pipes out here, shop pipes, other than these, I would say that I've probably got about 20 or so pipe upstairs which I smoke fairly regularly, and out of that, a smaller hardcore set of pipes which I smoke almost every day, and those are in rotation, and those maybe somewhere between 5 and 10 pipes. Yeah, I mean, as I say, even some people are very, very connected to their pipes. They're very attached to them, and they do have a sentimental attachment to them. Mine are not. I wouldn't call mine sentimental, the attachment. Mine are really more, as I say, down to the smoking qualities or the design of the pipe. So to give you an example in terms of design, this one here is a I'm sure you guys have seen this plenty of times before. This is a Søren Refberg, sort of a brandy. And as soon as I saw it, I loved it. I loved the shape. Typical Danish kind of shape looking pipe. Got a bit of boxwood there. And I just loved the pipe. It hasn't been a great smoker. I mean, I use it in Alpha Latakia and it's okay. But it's never been a great smoking pipe. Not because of the way it's made, just the briar. It just hasn't quite worked. But it's one of those that I've hesitated to dispose of because I just simply love the shape of the pipe. It just, to me, it's everything that a pipe should be in terms of shape and design, utility. I just like that pipe a lot. Yeah, so Ole Golden Sliced and Aaron Moore mixed today. This morning I smoked my Castello with just some OGS straight. And I think I've really gotten very close to being an old codger when it comes to smoking preferences. And I think I could quite happily exist on 3 tobaccos at the moment, or 4 tobaccos. All it golden sliced, vanilla roll cake, and then it would be a toss-up between maybe 1 or 2 Latakia blends, just for the occasion that I fancy some Latakia, which I know will happen on a seasonal basis. At the moment it's not really big on my horizon, but certainly I'd want to have Northwoods, and I'd want to have special Latakia flake. The rest I can sort of take him or leave him. You know, even Penzance or 1820 flake, those would not be desert island smokes for me. So I would say all it golden sliced, vanilla roll cake, Northwoods, special Latakia flake, and at number 5 I'd probably say Erinmore flake, and I'll be good. I think I'll be fine with that. I keep threatening to dispose of the rest of my cellar, and it may well happen. Not all of it. Yeah, it's always good to have some because you want to have variety, but I've cellared quite deep on McClellans, and I've got no need for that. As good as they are, and they are fantastic, I've just gotten used to those 4 or 5 blends, and I wouldn't say I've gone off the McClelland, you know, the classical McClelland Virginia flavor, you know, the clovey kind of Virginias. I do enjoy them, but I don't miss them. I can take them or leave them. So if needs must, and I get to a situation where I need the funds, I could see those going. Right, Everett, I can see you're a burly man by the looks of it, quite clearly. A la Chad Yardism. He's got a very similar taste to that. I'm going to the doctor a bit later on. I've woken up with a really bad bloodshot eye. I don't usually get. I haven't been sleeping that well the last couple of nights. Usually, because I go to bed late, when I hit the pillow, I sleep. I usually get about 5 hours, maybe 6 hours. Past couple of nights, I've been waking up 2-3 hours after, falling back asleep, but a bit fitful. I do find that tobacco helps you get through the day, though. Keeps you alert. It's a good stimulant. It's not over the top. I don't smoke that very strong blends. Especially on driving on a motorway, for instance, I find smoking a pipe or a cigar is really good. Just keeps you from falling asleep. Alright, let's get cracking. Alright, so as I say, the stem is done, the drilling's done. I'm just going to do the shaping now, so I'm at quite an advanced stage already, so you can get cracking on the shaping. Thanks, Everett. It's quite a big block, this one, so I might try and make it into a ball shape. I think I've got enough width to do that. Hi, Jeff. Josh. The only problem with having this plateau is that because it's sloping down, so you get a wider sort of rim on one side and a narrower one because it's much higher up. It just doesn't sit so well with me, but it's normal for an egg style that you have uneven top because it's sloping. And if I chop it at the top, then it kind of loses the whole ball kind of shape. If I made it level, at the highest point there'd be about a centimetre coming off, which would make it just an apple, basically. Nothing wrong with an apple, but it will lose that. Hi, Sharon. Not too bad, Sharon. Thank you for asking. Hope you're doing all right. Really nice flame grain around this pipe. You can round it off, but I don't have the height anymore. So whatever I round off, it's gonna. If I would need to have a little bit more to have that effect where it closes in on the rim, I think. And I've done this a bigger drill because it's a bigger pipe. I gave it a bigger capacity, so it's 22 mil. And then you've got this sort of bit of plateau which goes down quite a bit, so I'd have to try and get rid of that, which would mean sort of getting quite, and I don't know what that's going to be like. It's a bit of a risk because with plateau it can be quite deep, you just don't know. It's all right. Okay, and this one's going to have a silver dart on it. With an acrylic Cumberland stem. Should look nice. This is completely at its total maximum. It goes to a maximum of 60 mil, and this block I actually shaved it down in order to fit it in. Could have been a bigger pipe. So that's how we're looking at the moment. I'm going to put the heating on for a little bit. It's flipping cold. Hey, Sid. At the moment, I'm flipping back to wanting to move inside. I kind of had made a decision to just sort this place out, but it's just too much hassle in the winter, and the summer's going to be the same. It'll be too hot in here. And without some serious investment in this place, if I was going to seriously sort this room out, in an ideal world, that's what I need to do. I'd have the space, to completely insulate the place, put a proper roof on it, put some air conditioning on and put some heating in. If I did that, I'd have to spend probably £15,000 easily. Unless I did it all myself, which would mean I'm not working, which I've got no income, and it's probably too much for me to do it, to be honest. I'm not in the physical shape to do it day in, day out. I could do, I could spend a few hours here and there, but the way things are at the moment, I rely on this for income. It's what I live on day to day. So it's a bit of a tough spot. So I think that in the medium term, I think it might make sense to move inside. And then if I get some kind of windfall at some point to really kit this out properly and move back out here, I think that probably would make the most sense. And I wouldn't move all the machinery inside, just enough to make pipes. And if I needed to do something else, I could always come out here and do it. That's my I keep sort of going backwards and forwards on it. So one day I'm sure that I need to stay out here, then the next day I'm back inside. So I'm very undecided at the moment. Eric, hi. I'm so glad. That pipe was a challenge, I can tell you that. I really, that really was a challenge, that one, especially after the first one didn't quite work out. And I just wasn't sure if I'd be able to make a satisfactory pipe to your spec. But it really, really did work out. And yeah, I'm glad you're enjoying it. Eric is a guy who commissioned that Dizzy Gillespie pipe a while back. I did one version, but the block didn't allow me to do the shape that was required. So obviously I did not hold Eric to that. It's not what he commissioned. And sometimes you get a bit nervous, maybe it's not going to happen and I'll end up making block after block. But thankfully the second pipe worked out beautiful. To be honest, I think it worked out to be a nicer looking pipe than the actual one in the picture. But I'm biased, of course. Hey Mark, how you doing? Thank you. Yeah, the Bulldog is really cool. The rustication worked out really nice. Like a really nice sort of band around the base, which curved round really. Honest though, that I do find them very challenging. Diamond shanks, I find them very challenging. Not because I can't do a basic job of it, but to do it in my mind how I want it to look, I find it very challenging to make it precise. And I often sort of find workarounds. So sometimes you can sort of soften the way it looks by rusticating it. You could round off the corners a little bit, so although it's a panelled pipe, it's kind of a soft panel. The edges are soft edges rather than hard edges, but this one, hard edges, and it looks good. I'm very happy with it. It's not a classic Bulldog, it's kind of my take on the Bulldog, because usually if you look at the back of a Bulldog, there's usually like a V shape, whereas mine goes straight down. But still, it's kind of a cross between a Rhodesian and a Bulldog, really. But the block is very nice, except at the bottom there are a few black spots. One or two spots I don't mind, I can absorb that and keep it smooth, but this one had quite a few. And it's just cosmetics, but still. I had to come up with something which wouldn't take away from the overall look of the pipe. I didn't want it to look like a random rustication, and I think that worked out really well. Hey Dorian. I especially like also the bottom view of it. If you've seen the pipe, the way, because it's sort of tapered, the shank is tapered, and it twists, it curves as it goes round. So you've got the flat base, and then because it's wider as it goes up, you see the sides, even though you're looking at it from the base. I don't know if you know what I mean, but basically I like the way that looks. Well, how am I feeling today? I'm a bit out of sorts. I've got a badly bloodshot eye, which I'm going to the doctor in about an hour. Well, I'm going a bit before that, but so I'll be on here for maybe another half an hour or so. So I don't know. I don't usually get bloodshot eyes, and it's quite badly bloodshot. So I thought best. My wife certainly thought best that I get it checked. So I'm going to go to the doc. But sleep has been eluding me for the past 2 or 3 nights, and I'm sure that's the contributory factor. So this was going to be a large apple, as the title suggests, but we've gone a little bit more, sort of try and make it a ball pipe, a ball shape almost. So it's much more curved inwards at the top. Hopefully we'll have a silver dart, and we'll have a brown Cumberland stem. And hopefully we'll have some nice grain. All right, let's move down. Right, I'm going to turn the heating off because the dust extractor actually emits a huge amount of heat. So hopefully we'll get nice and toasty. Right, now's the time to turn your volume down. It's going to get noisy. Okie dokie. So this is how we're looking at the moment. Still lots of hand sanding to do. Shaping has really turned out really nice. It's more of an egg now than a ball, but you can see it's got some really nice grain. Drilling on it is perfect. It's looking awesome. No, it's not a commission, this one. This is a great hand holder. It's really worked out very well, and I'll spend the rest of the afternoon hand sanding it when I get back. I've got to pop out now to the doctor. I'm excited to see how this one finishes off. It'll have some nice bird's eye on the base, you can see that. I'm not sure if you'll be able to see that there, but there's plenty of bird's eye there. And because it's a bulbous shape, you'll actually see quite a lot of it. And a lovely flame grain. Alright, I gotta make a move, guys, otherwise I'll be late. So I wish you all well. Have a great day. I will catch you on the next one. Hi, John.